Alright, hi everybody, this is Don Derwin, and when I was doing my flight, I always forget how to install the files from the Simbrief into the flight simulator, and I'm sure everybody else is probably the same, but maybe not as bad as me, eh? They're getting old. But yeah, I'd like to mention, the sound in the background is my fish tank. And I don't know, people probably wonder. But this is kind of a two-part series, and how to install the flight plan in PMDG 737, and how to copy a flight manual so I could use it as your reference only. So anyway, this is my flight plan from Simbrief, and here is, I already made it. I'm sure you guys have to know how to do that. And but here's Flight Simulator 2020, and you press download, and that'll go to your downloads folder, or wherever you have it defaulted to. And then you come down here, look for PMDG flight plan, download that. It's a route.rte file. Then here's the PMDG wind uplink. You download it to your download folder, or wherever you have it defaulted to. Then, once you got that, you have to follow this path, which this is a thing that I always forget. I don't know why. This is where mine is, and this is where the default is, so you'd have to go here, and then you go users, then Donald Derwin, app data, local. See, I'm reading this here, and packages. No, too, I'm using the Arctis Nova Pro steelseries headset microphone. Actually, this microphone, I got two microphones. I mean, two headsets, and this is the steelseries one. If anybody use that for your, I like this microphone better than the other one that I got. This one, it picks up everything, but the other one, that doesn't work too good. I don't remember what it was already. Oh, it's the Astro A40. That thing, man, you gotta scream into the thing. I mean, it doesn't pick up any background noise, but boy, it doesn't pick up your voice very well. It's like you gotta scream into the thing. Alright, then you got to look up Flight Simulator, and Yeah, Microsoft and then Flight Simulator. And look for the EF Simulator. This is probably right there. BWE on the end of it. And then local state. Alright, now this is where your defaulted flight plans are. And MSFS 2020, Microsoft Flight Simulator. And yours would be right here. And then you have to go a little bit further. This is where you would put your plan. This is where my flight plan was, and it's you know, these are the KEWRK. That's airport name, and then this is KMDW. It's Chicago Midway, and this is Newark, New Jersey, Liberty Airport. But one thing I noticed is that when I loaded it from the Simbrief, it took me all engines started at the end of the runway. I'm like, man, that was messed up. Man, you know, you want to start from a parking stall, not from the end of the runway. So you'd probably have to taxi over and park your airplane and start from there. I suppose if you wanted to do it like that. But so I just made a flight plan in the flight simulator, and you can't make it exactly the same in the flight simulator. But that's just one thing I noticed. But anyway, this is where then you save your flight here. And I actually really don't know what that thing is. But anyway, then you go into packages. Then just the PMDG aircraft 737-900, 737-800, 737-700, PMD 737-600. So I was using a 900, and you open that up. And then you go into work. And then here is the WX. Now this is where you put your WX file. This is your wins. And then this is where you put your flight plans right here, the route. So that way it's in your FMC, you know, your flight management computer. Then these are all your panel states, where your panel states would be. Or if you wanted to make some and save some, you could do that too. I haven't done that in Flight Simulator yet, but in FSX, you could save your panel states. That's where they'd end up. So that was that. Now the next subject here is how to copy a flight manual that won't let you print it, you know, or copy it for your own use, which, because it's the only way you'll be able to use it. But for your own use, if you wanted to use it, I'm sure that's perfectly fine. Because I've been looking for 737 series. I found another one, but it's not a complete manual. But this one is the complete manual here. You know, for the 737, 600, 700, 800, and 900. But this one, as you can see here, I found this one, and it's 1,830 pages. I look at that, and I'm like, all right, I found one. Because I was actually looking for many months, maybe a year, you know, searching it. Found a 777 online, and I copied that. And for when the PMDG, you know, this I would only use for the PMDG aircraft, because you can't. The thing is with PMDG, the one thing that I noticed, because you can go to escoaircraft.com, and they got their Esco aircraft. They have flight manual. They have a website, and actually I might probably got it here. Here, right here. This is where you can get manuals here, but you gotta buy them though. But you can download them. But this, I mean, they get you a manual. You know, you got a manual. Here's major airlines. Then Boeing. See, they used to have the 777 here. Here, and I asked them, I said, well, why don't you sell that anymore? I called them up. And they go, well, because there's copyright on it. I'm like, well, because I used to have one. And so I went and looked it up here. Here's for the 747 series, this one. And there are actual manuals here. This is actually probably the manual that I bought. Mine was Northwest Airlines. Boeing. I don't know. I don't know if they still. Because I had a 401. I don't know if they got the one here. Mine was from was Northwest Airlines, one that I had. Actually, I don't seem to have it. I don't know. But this weight and balance, I copied this, and I went and got this in a weight and balance. And I actually did a weight and balance on my airplanes. Wonder. Anyway, kind of getting off subject here, but I don't know. I don't see the 747-400 doing that. One that I had. But I bought it was like for 120 bucks. And they will deliver it to you. But I don't see it here anymore. I wish I could show you the manual, because I don't seem to have it. PM. I don't know. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe I bought it years ago though. Kind of a shame that they don't have it anymore. I thought they had the 400 here. But I don't know. Maybe they don't anymore. It's a Pan Am Boeing. Oh, well, maybe the... Oh no, this is 737. But yeah, anyway, so this says the classics, you know, but they don't have the But anyway, it was too bad that they don't have the Northwest Airlines one anymore. Wish I could show you guys that, but yeah, I guess they don't have that one any longer. But anyway, I had got a 400 Northwest Airlines, and but see, they don't have a 600. And I looked all over, and could never find one. But I found one here. It's in my YouTube under the description. The link to where you can download this. But see, this is 737-600, and it is the whole complete manual. That's really cool. But the only thing is you can't copy, you can't print it at all. That's the problem with it. I mean, you know, even for your own use, because it's copyrighted. It's a Boeing manual, but do not use for flight. But you can't print it here. I'm sure you could, you know, print it for your own use. I mean, you can't sell it or anything. But I copied a 777 manual. I looked at that and I'm like, man, how would I copy that thing? And I'm like, oh gee, because the one that I had, you can find it online. Well, when the 777 comes out, I guess I'll probably make a video and show everyone where that one is. But there is a 777 online where you can find it. But you can download it with the PDF, but you can't print it the same way. I'm not really sure if you can print that one or not. I don't remember. But I mean, you know, you'd like to print it to do the procedures, because like I was saying, the PMDG aircraft, that is the only flight simulator Well, let me give you some background here. I was doing FSX, and I bought the flight manual from PMDG. I had the 747 Queen of the Skies one. Actually, it was on the disc. This is way back. And I was trying to use their flight manual to do, and for some reason, it wasn't working. I was trying to use theirs, like, oh man. And this is the PMDG one, I think it was. And I couldn't get it to work, with the flight management computer, because I was new at it. I never done it before. And I was trying to use their manual, and then because originally I was trying to make a 747-400 aircraft, with I was, in the process of learning the code and learning the background, learning how to C++ and XML and Gmax, with the flight simulator. And I was going through and I was trying to, do the flight management computer and the pre-flight and all that, to get ready to go. And I was always having trouble with it. And then so it wouldn't work. Sometimes I couldn't get it to work. I didn't know why. And it's like, what the heck? So then one day, just out of spite, because I had all these manuals I got the 100 to 200 and the 400. And then I think I got another 400. I think the Atlas one's a 400. The one over at but they used to have a Northwest one, but obviously they don't have it. I thought they did have it there, but they don't. But mine was a Northwest Airlines one, and I did the flight manual. I did it right by the real flight manual one. What steps you should do, the checklist, of the the procedures for before takeoff and all that. And I followed that thing just to the T. I did every little step, every little step in the book, and I'm like, and everything worked perfect. And I'm like, what the heck? And literally, everything worked perfectly as it was supposed to, right in the book. Because I had a real flight manual. Well, it cost $120, but I got it, and I was amazed. I'm like, wow. Ever since then, I'm like, hey, Rob at PMDG, man. You got to get that guy credit, for making very accurate aircraft. Because I'm a pilot also, but. And, I'm like, I figured if I'm spending all my time doing this, because I've spent a lot of time flying people's stupid little airplanes that are lousy and they don't reflect the real world at all. And I've flown so much lousy airplanes, it's just like, and it's like, and so I made a decision. It's like, hey, if I'm going to spend all this time doing a flight simulator, I want to do the correct procedures. I want to fly, like you would a real aircraft. And so that's the point of getting this manual, and only PMDG that notice with the Flight Sim World that I can say for a fact that they do make their products, like they say, Precision Manuals Design Group, PMDG, and but anyway, and I found it's pretty labor intensive doing this, But I did a whole 777 manual, 2,000 pages, and I found some little tricks, even though it's labor intensive, you know. So for one, you know, like you could
ask. You've got the CEO sitting right here in front of you, and we do thank you for coming and facing these folks because they've been through a lot. Would you like to ask?
And we do thank you for coming. I've got two things. We hear a lot about mistrust, and at least in my...
What I was trying to say is, you know what, to make it less boring, you could watch TV on your computer. You know, that's the one thing that I found, you know, because this is very boring, very time consuming, and very boring. But you could put that in the background, or you could, you know, try to read some of the flight manual as you're doing this. But I found a pretty most quickest way that that I could think of that's so these are my previous ones that I did. And the one thing is to make it in tens. These are the page numbers. And if you correspond to the book here, so these are the page numbers, and you got to do it in tens because that's the only way that this will work. You know, in tens, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tens. Alright, and these are the ones that I copied so far. You got to put them into a JPEG format, and then you have to convert them from the JPEG format to this is the one that I made here. This is in my in a PDF. So you got to take it from JPEG, which is here, and convert it to PDF. And then this one you could print. And you could print it out. But and one thing and two, I noticed you can only do up to 49 pages. So this is where I got them all here. I copied them all here. This is 49. For some reason, I try to do 50, it won't do it. I only do 49. So here, quick way too to count them, so you won't have to. You go properties, and you 49 files. These are some little tricks that I learned. And two, if you have them all in tens, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 9. But yeah, it'll only do 49 files. But I did find a kind of a... and then here's the shortcuts for the paint. I mean, I don't know any other way to do this. So you got... so you got to save, Control S when you're using Paint, Microsoft Paint. You go Control S, then copy to clipboard, Control C. You can look these up online to say Microsoft Paint shortcuts. So Control C and then Control S. So this is the process of my manual here, because I was doing a walk around, and you know, I was looking at their walk around because I watched the 737 NG driver look up on YouTube. I mean, he's an actual pilot, and I've never had procedures. You know, I mean, there was a couple other books, you know, that, you know, like even the PMDG. I found that one online, but I haven't found it lately. I don't know, you'd have to really search for the 737 you know, for the NGs, for P3D, they got the manual there, the PMDG manual. But now they won't do it because it's copyrighted, so they won't do it. And so I don't know why, but they used to have their manuals, you know. That should be able to, you know, use. But now you got to find your own manuals. It's kind of a shame. But I found that one online somewhere. I mean, before the PMDG for the P3D or even FSX. You know, I haven't found one of those, but they used to put them there. But it's not the actual flight manual itself. It's something that PMDG created. But the one thing that I did notice is that the 737, like NG driver, you know, that guy, he's a Boeing 737 pilot, and the way he did his walk around too, I was just watching a video and I was, you know, looking how he did the walk around, and it's like, when you start out, you flight deck access, fire extinguisher, crash acts, escape routes. And he said all those things that he would check for. And it was coming right from the flight manual. And this is from the flight manual that I copied here. And then passenger's oxygen. And then this is what you would do. Exactly. Do every single one of these. Check, check, check. And to my surprise, I looked at some of these, and you can actually do a walk around. I mean, an actual walk around, and those things will be there. You know, I don't know about the scrubbers. They got, you know, like on the upper. You're supposed to check for that, and you know, maybe the APU fire bottle and the wheel well. I don't know if that's there yet, but I'm going to try and do a regular pre-flight, you know, and try to look for those, because PMDG, they might have put those in there. I know that most everything, I know the green disc for the oxygen on the side is there. But only if it's a PMDG, you know, because they like Precision Manuals Design Group, you know, and of course Rob, he's a pilot too. I think he flew in the 747 too. So that's I can't wait till that comes out. That's what I used to fly with the in the FSX. But I always admired, you know, that. Yeah, I just use it. But anyway, enough with this thing. Get out the story. But all right, so this is my next ones. I got to copy. Okay, copy here. Okay, now you don't have to, because I put those all in here. But these are all added to that, so that's up to 49. This is my 49th here. So I'll put page 286, so I got to go to page 286, and then I wrote those on your manual too with a pen. So 11 of 49, so I got to go to 286. Oh no, this is mine. So another thing too, one thing I noticed too in the FMC, they have everything in the FMC in the back. And just see how to program this and how to do all the things with the FMC. I mean, all step-by-step stuff. You know, and boy, that's just so awesome. And you know, that's why I'm so glad that I found this manual. I mean, because everything's right. Only the PMDG aircraft will do this like this. Because they spent time doing it. If you like the, I'm sure everybody likes the PMDG, but you need a real flight manual to do it correctly. Otherwise, there's really no point in. So you got to go to 286. I mean, there's no point in having a manual if you can't do it in the simulator. So okay, so this is 286. So this page right here is 286. So that's the one that I had to add there. Sorry about all this going on and on and on about stuff, but I mean, if you love PMDG products, you'll like having a manual. So this is my next page I got to make. So, all right, I copied this here, and this is in tens. So it's 287. So I need a 287 one. So, and two, this is another thing I've figured out how to do. So this is page 287. So this is 277 all the way up to 286. So remember that you got 277 here, and then 286 is where you got to end it. So I would end at 296. So at 296 stop, because if you keep on going, you're going to overwrite all your other stuff, which I've done many times. But here, watch how this works. This works really great. So, because putting these page numbers in every time would be a nightmare. But so, okay, 277. So then delete, then 8. Oh. Wait. I thought it would change all by itself. Okay, 8. Enter. Oh, before this used to change all by itself. I wonder what wait a second. Oh, I'm doing something wrong here. I'm doing something wrong there. Don't do what I did. Okay. Two seven, so 286. So 287 would be the next one. I don't know. Maybe. It's my wife changing my. So okay, I guess maybe 288. My wife giving my son a bath. 280. I guess before I was doing this differently. I guess 289. Then 290. Before it was doing it differently. 291. But whatever, this will work too. I mean, 292, 293, 294, 295, 296. All right. I don't know what I was doing before, but okay. So with this too, and I guess you got to get this the right size. So in 287, 287. So you got those changed. So these are the old ones. So then print screen, you have that on your keyboard. I just pressed it. Okay, then open with paint. Then Control C. What? No, okay, Control V. That's it. Control V. Control V is paste. Okay, there. There, now I got it here. Okay. Control V and then Control S. Control S. It's saved. And then you do this, then crop. Crop. Oh, this. Control S. Control S, then it's saved. Then this is right here now. That is right there in JPEG. And then it goes to the other one. Then 288. Print screen. Sorry about this with my kid being in the background. So Control V. Didn't really plan it like that, but it's a little late now. Then Control S, that's saved. My son Gavin. Well, you might as well try to get these as well as you can. And then Control S. Then after a while, then you could do this a little bit different way. Sometimes you can just do it like that. But then too, always try and look at the page that you're copying, like 289. A print screen. I thought I already had this here. Then Control V is the shortcut for that. Then you come over here. And there, Control S. Actually, I don't think you gotta save that one already. I think that'd be just fine. You don't have to do that extra step. And crop and Control S and close. Then this is here. Then too, if you look here, if when you're doing it, try to look at your page number. 289 here. Make sure these match here and here. I don't always do that, but you should make a point of trying to do that, because if you get these pages screwed up, it's and you gotta go back over everything. Okay, print screen. Open with paint. Control V. Then just here. Then do it 290. Well, I don't see it. Mine's not perfect. I'll try to get it right. Okay, then crop. And Control S. Then close. Then next. 291. Print screen. Paint. Control V. And hit that. And 291, right? Yep. 291. It doesn't have to be perfect, but then Control S and close. Then 292. Print screen. And Control V. Now, the reason I'm going to do all this is because of I got to show you how to do it in Adobe Photoshop. I mean Adobe Premiere, or no, the PDF. I mean, you know, of course, this is how you would do this, but after you get the 10 done, and Control S, then you can close. But I suppose that you probably don't have to continue if you know how to change it from a JPEG to a PDF using Acrobat. But you got to have a subscription to do it with you know, they got a Creative Cloud. Mine I'm paying like I think $20 a month for Acrobat, and then $20 a month for Premiere Pro. Then luckily too, because I used to have the then here I got Photoshop here. Thank God I got Adobe Photoshop 6.0, because I used to have Photoshop CS2, and you can't use it anymore. They won't let you use it. It costs $600, $700 program, and you just can't use it. But I had to. Luckily, I had to. You know, Photoshop Elements won't work anymore in this. But if you know how to convert that over, I'm going to continue on to the next video. So it's 292, and you can look at the page number. Well, I guess I didn't do this one. Forgetting what I'm doing here. So this is the 291. So 292. Print screen. Control V. Maybe you can crop. I just thought of something. Maybe I didn't have to do. And Control S. So 293. Print screen. Control V. Maybe I don't have to press that. It's already pressed. Oh, I guess you do gotta press it. And Control S. Then save it. But I'm almost done here. Then this is that'll open up. And 294 like this. 294. And then print screen. Control V. And Control S. But I was going to say, you know, if you know how to convert it over and put it into PDF, you don't have to watch the rest of the video. But I'll go through that too. Print screen. Or, well, I'm not going to combine them, actually, no. Oh, I guess I'm not going to combine them. Because I just thought. But I don't want to have to. Well, I can combine just one. Which is really. I can just do one. And Control S. I mean, normally I wouldn't do that until make sure this is 295, right? Same thing, right? Then Control V. V is in Victor. And that. And crop. Control S. Okay, there. You got 10 of them. Then, oh, two, then, this is your folder from before. 87 to 96. So I would put all these in groups here. Like this is 49, and this is all into one. So I could actually delete all these. I will eventually just delete all these because I just put them into here. But you would wait until you got 49 of them. But I'm going to have to do this just as an example. I go, well, no, I'm going to put them in a new batch. So I'll call it, what will I call it? Just the next step in it. Supplementary procedures. Now I'll just call it supplementary procedures. I don't know if this is going to be my total name for the next one, but if you're trying to do the whole book, then you would you'd have to put those all in the same file because you couldn't print like that. But this I got 49 in here. That's all I could do. And if you wanted to do the whole thing, you'd have to go, put, I guess, 49 in there. I don't know exactly how you would do it, but for some reason only do 49. That's a good question. I don't know. So I will go through and just do 10 of these. But normally I would wait until I have 49. And don't forget to add the one that I had from before, which is, you got to add this one, the extra one. But anyway, alright, now I may not be able to get this perfectly right, though. I know there's a way to remove from recent. Remove. This program here, it's pretty useful, but sometimes I forget how to use it. But it's not too hard. So you go file open, and desktop, and then you got to go all files and do this, and then open. Okay, so now they're in your, now all these here are in here. Okay, then you go combine files, then add open files, then you go add. Now I guess you gotta do combine again. Combine and then file. Yeah, choose a different folder. Then it's going to be binder 1. So then it saves it in your documents. And save. Now go into your documents. And here it is. Oh. Oh, so now it's going to do this all again. And for some reason, I think there's an easier way to do that. But here, now these are all the ones that we just did. Yeah, I'm sure there's an easier way to close that, because you got to close every single one of them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way, to do that. So now, there. And so these you could print. So if you want print, you could print on your printer. Then you can, put them in your book. Use as your own personal files. You can't sell them. But that's how you do it. And and this I'm just going to delete that one because I'm going to make that into 49 files. But yeah, that's how you do it. And so yeah, that's how you do it. So anyway, I hope this helped you guys out to get in the manual. And if anybody knows where to get a manual, actually I thought about giving the 737 NG driver a and say, hey, where do I get an actual manual for the 737? Because you can't get one from PMDG any longer. But even there is the one that's PMDG makes. It's not as good as the actual manual because they make things differently. Even the one in because I do have the manual and the one for P3D, but it's not. You can't follow it like the actual flight manual that I just had here. This one just doesn't work. I mean, this has every step, every single step that you got to do. When you're doing your pre-flight, you got test switch hold, and then all these colored loops and everything. And I probably guarantee you that everything in this, every step here, will be in your pre-flight. And another thing that I noticed that a lot of it when the guy says with the 737 NG driver, he's It's like says some things like 500 continue. You know, he says like, I'm like, oh, that's kind of, but that's in the manual. It says that you got to do that. You know, 500 continue. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. And then even the pre-flight checks, like I don't do like a landing checklist. You know, it performs a landing checklist because he's going right by the book. And this does that exactly as you're supposed to fly the Boeing 737 aircraft. And that's what I like about, you know, having a manual with PMDG, because PMDG is the only time that I would invest the time in getting a manual and the money into buying a manual and using it, because any other flight sim won't work. I mean, you maybe get close, but not like PMDG. But PMDG makes some good stuff. I really like what they do. And I'm sure everybody else does also. So anyway, I'm going to end this video here, and hope this video helped you guys out. And I'll try to put that manual in all my YouTube things, because it's very helpful to have the manual to use as your own personal, you know, thing, or you can even copy it, you know, in a pencil and paper. You know, I think maybe that's what I may do also. You know, to get a procedure and just copy it, you know, and just hand write it. Because maybe in the manual it's maybe a little clunky, you know, but if you did your pre-flight exactly, just wrote it, you know, as a checklist, it might be a little bit easier for you to read and comprehend, and hopefully, you know, just memorize it, and then get that in the, you know, my actual thought is, you know, I've been trying to fly the 737, you know, as you're properly supposed to do it, but I'm like, I don't have a manual to do it with, and I'm just like, oh, this makes me so mad I can't find one. But finally I came across this, because I was doing searches too, and this is actually where I find all my manuals, if you guys ever want to find out. But this is where I find all my stuff. Do some web crawler. This is the thing that where I always find my manual. So I go 737 900. Boy, flight crew manual, I think that's what they call it. Flight crew operations manual. And that's what I searched. Flight crew operations manual. And then search, then you get a whole bunch of manuals. Then it doesn't come up yet. I didn't find it. I don't know why it's actually pulling. But how did I don't know why I can't. Here, I'll show you where to get that link. Here, this is the link here. Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't show up. But I don't know exactly, but it'll take a while to load. But there it is. And this is the link. But I'll put that on my my YouTube, in the description too, if you want, underneath. Or maybe not. Maybe you just have to look on my YouTube videos. But here's the manual. It's all right here. Then you can save it. You can save it and just right here, save, but you can't print it here. And so here it is. There it is. So anyway, actually, yeah, I'm surprised that I don't know. That's why, yeah, when you find a manual, boy, it's hard work. But I found a 777 manual. Also, I mean that was probably another hard work to do. But I found this one here. Oh no, not that one. I got the quick reference book you can find. And this one you can find here too, but this is it's very similar to the same one, but it's not the whole book. I'm sure this is some of it, but it's not the whole book. You know, this one you can print. It's this one's 338 pages. I mean, this one's great to have. This one you can find too online. This one you can print though. But anyway, hope this helped you out, and thanks for watching my video. Okay, catch y'all later. Okay, bye.